and Cavalry and Ottawa, like Atletico, that goal, game ends in 3-1 for Ottawa. That goal, what the actual fuck?
Michael, you have the floor.
What? Like, I don't how long is this highlight reel going to be of this year of just great goals?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like a 35-minute video.
We gotta have a proper reel of it too. It won't be just like these little tap-ins where one player maybe one little juke at the end. It's gonna be a proper reel, and Tabla's going to take number one. I think we finally have the goal. Sorry, that beats out Tobias Wojcicki's bicycle kick. I think that was absolutely brilliant, absolutely beautiful. And again, we've been saying about this a couple of weeks now. Is like every week it's like we get a new goal of the season almost, or at least a candidate for it. But overall, beautiful goal, great work from Ottawa. Cavalry is a team where Ottawa just has their number. They go out and they get the result, and that's what you want from a team who's fighting for a playoff spot. Now Ottawa is the first official team in the CPL this season to clinch a playoff spot. We're still top of the league. We're still looking for that glory, bringing in playoff tickets. It's amazing. And if you're not familiar with Ottawa soccer, the fans come out for the playoffs. I can vouch for that when the Ottawa Fury made the playoffs in the NASL, where they beat Minnesota United to go on to play the New York Cosmos in the finals. We had 10,000 people there. I believe we could do that again, whoever we bring in the first round.
It's just seeing them there and seeing the online response is incredible. But Michael, I have to ask, does it seems almost like the training regimen for the CPL is actually they just send them to Cirque du Soleil?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because they're always upside down and sideways, and there's either springs underneath their shoes, or they just genuinely want to see if they can break a bone, because none of these goals are just natural screamers from a distance. They're like sideways, horizontal, then kicking the ball and it's going up and over. Like, if you haven't seen the highlights, go and watch it. Go and watch that goal, because I genuinely was like, that's going over. That's just going to go way over and above. And I'm like,
yeah, that's not supposed to go in. That's not supposed to.
No.
Physically, no.
That's a look of surprise on his face when he's like, huh.
Oh, shit,
I'm scared to say like something's the goal of the season in the CPL right now, because I feel like I probably forgot something, or something even bigger is coming. Like, you see those photos, it's like a fish eating a bigger fish, then getting eaten by a bigger fish, then eaten by a bigger fish. That's what I feel about CPL goals at the moment. Like, all right, there's this goal, but then there was this one, and then there was this one. Like, asking me the end of the season, because I can't, boys, I can't commit. I cannot commit to a goal of the season right now.
It's the nesting doll of goals. That's what it is. It's the nesting doll. It's just, that was such a great one, and then it's that one's such a great one, and it's just almost made them standard. Like, at what point are we going to be like, great? Like, it's just, you're going to get so numb eventually to those goals just going in. You're going to be like, cool.
Like, oh wow, a bicycle kick.
Yeah. Well, I hope the quality of goaltending just needs to step up in the CPL. In all honesty, I think our best positions are defense and the offense is the players in the outfield. The goaltending is the area where I feel the game lacks, and I don't think much goalies will save that. By the way, I'm not blaming Carducci on that goal whatsoever. But when you look at a goal like Alaman did a couple of weeks ago, that was a bit of positioning. You look at the goal that Bassett scored 2 weeks ago on a Seawall on the corner. Goalies want that, right? So, like we said on the last podcast, me and Andre talked about it. These players know that you score on these goalies by doing shit like this, so they're going to go for it.
It's strange. I would argue that there is good goalkeepers: Sierra, Vikla, Eliron, Carducci,
I think there's
Irvin.
Good goalies.
I just think they're not flaws. I think they have flaws, but like I don't really think the standard is that bad. Bicycle kicks, when they're hit perfectly, are almost impossible to save. Like, the amount of power and direction hitting those. Like, when do you ever see a bicycle kick that's perfectly executed being saved?
No,
it's almost impossible.
Goals like that, I'm not blaming the goalie, but goals in a general sense of the CPL, I feel like maybe are on the weaker side where a goalie could stop it. I think the biggest example you can look at is when the CPL teams have played the MLS sides, especially when we saw Vancouver play 2 CPL sides this year. They both were close. both came down right to like near the last minute. The Valor game, maybe not so much. But you watch it play. Who did they play? They played Cavalry and they played York, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would argue that both goalkeepers were fine in both of those games.
I feel like they were the difference maker. I don't
at the end of
think
the
they
day-
played bad, but they were the difference maker.
I can't disagree
The
more,
York
but sure.
The York
cares?
game, we'll
Who
go back
cares?
and look at the goals.
Let them
Let's
be
look at
bad.
those goals. The
Let
York
them be
They
game,
were
bad.
fine.
If this gives us
No.
these goals, I don't give a shit. Okay,
Giants
let
offense
them
made
be
us stop
bad.
those.
The fact that me getting to watch this stuff and talk about it every week is absolutely outstanding. My favorite thing in a
for sure.
bar is having like plays of the week on and watching a screamer of a goal. What pisses me off the most is the CPL is not big enough, quote unquote. So we're not just filling that fucking list up. Because literally, I've watched some of those like plays of the week and seen a goal in La Liga, and I'm like, bro, there was like 3 of them that are 10 times better from the CPL just this week. Like, where are our spots in that? And it's whether or not it's goalkeeping, whether or not it's, as we said with Michael, like they're just willing to take the risks. I am all for it, and I do not want it to stop because that result is insane. Like, it was all Cavalry by the stats. They had
It was
more
ridiculous.
possession, 20 shots to 5. Let's just pinpoint that. Cavalry lost by 1-3, had 20 shots to Ottawa's 5.
Mm-hmm. Well, it shows the type of game Ottawa plays as well, right? We're a defensive team who plays from the back end. Sure, they had 20 shots, but how many of them were quality shots? And that's where you come down to. Like, how many were they forced? How many were they actually taking the shots they want to get through? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just got to be
I just
ridiculous
wanna,
shots.
and I do want to take a moment right now. I'm just gonna pour one out for our boy Gareth Wheeler. This is for like Gareth Wheeler tears with Ottawa making the playoffs. Gareth, I hope you had a fun time watching that game, and I hope you have a fun time watching the most boring team in the CPL living it up in the playoffs.
Yep. Oh, baby.
I know I will.
Everyone, Paul here. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe so you never miss a moment of the FC13 podcast on YouTube.